Time for our weekly check-in. We're joined by Pioneer head basketball coach Joe Scott. And coach, kind of an unusual week, finals week, and no games. What have you been up to?
Well, I mean, obviously we took a couple days off after Sunday's game for finals, and then we got back to work again yesterday. So it's not like we missed that much amount of time, but we give them off when they're studying, when they're taking all their tests. We got back to work yesterday, and now for us it becomes a time of year where we can really focus on basketball. Our guys are done with school. Hopefully they all did well. Once they all know they did well, their heads are clear. They feel good about how they've done in school, and now we really get to work on getting better, and we get to work getting better, having had 2 games against really good teams to sort of point the way and point the direction that we need to go in to get better as we face nothing but more really hard games coming up.
We call it a 2-day break, but you're right. You took finals on those 2 days, so it was a physical break, but not so much a mental break. Is the physical break though pretty valuable at this time of the year?
Well, I mean, I think at that point in time they are mentally really engaged in school. So I mean, what I did was say just get away for 2 full days. Obviously, you're working on school, but don't come into the gym. Get away. And then we came back, and we were able to do maybe like 2 things a day, whether that's lift. In the morning, come back and practice in the afternoon, whether that's do individual skill work, come back in the afternoon, get some things done in the morning for 45 minutes to an hour. And it really helps our practices get a little crisper, a little sharper. And it's a good time for the guys, with no class, that they're really, together and they're bonding and they're together. And, hopefully the plan is as we're together and we're getting better and we're bonding, we're getting better in a lot of different ways.
We'll talk more about this next week, but next week you hit the road. You really hit the road to Alaska, Anchorage, Alaska, the Great Alaska Shootout. 3 games over 3 consecutive days starting Thanksgiving Day. You're going to know an awful lot about your team after next week.
Well, I mean, we know we've been stressing. It's a 32, 33-game season. It's not a 2-game season. It's not going to be a 5-game season. What this is going to be for us is, how much are we going to show we've learned from our first 2 games? How much are we going to improve? What other things are going to reveal themselves that we have to keep working on? And no matter what happens in Alaska, we will only be 5 games in, and if we're playing 32 or whatever it is, 31, we still got everything in front of us. We still have all our goals in front of us, and that's what you really have to make sure you're concentrating on, that you're concentrating on getting better. And if we can do that, then I'm pretty confident that this team is going to get better, and we have the kind of ability that, when we get better, this team can become a really good team. But this group of guys is going to have to learn how to do this under some trying circumstances here with this non-conference schedule we have.
Coach, thanks. We'll talk to you next week.
All right, thanks.